guys, it's Emma, and today's video is going to be a college-related video, and I'm going to be giving my tips and advice for getting into the college of your choice and your dreams, and how I got a full tuition scholarship at the college I currently go to. So if you guys didn't know, I go to Northern Arizona University, and I got their full tuition scholarship, and this scholarship is academic based, so this video is going to be academic based. So if the scholarship that you're trying to get isn't based on like your GPA and your grades or your test scores, then this might not be super helpful, but I'm just going to be giving some advice. And some of these things are things I wish I had listened to and that I'd actually done back in high school, because then I probably would have gotten into my dream school, and I was actually rejected, so that really sucked. And I want to help you guys and make sure you get the path that you want and that you don't have to pay a ton of money to go to college. So the scholarship I have is called the Lumberjack Scholarship, and it's based on your GPA and your test score, and that's based on your SAT or ACT. I would say the very first thing you should do before anything really is going to the college that you're applying to and seeing what they require to receive certain scholarships. So mine, I'm pretty sure, has it on their website, like the minimum GPA, like the minimum test score, and if it's not, then you could seriously just call the school or call like admissions, and they would be more than happy to help you out and like let you know like this is kind of the ballpark range of grades that you should be getting or what you should get on your ACT or SAT. And that's super helpful because then you have a goal of, I guess, scores to reach, and that you know you'll get the scholarship if you do that well on this sort of thing. So I'm basically just going to be talking about your GPA and test scores in this video, and so I'm just going to get started with test scores because that seems to be the thing that people most stress out about. So I really cannot stress this enough. Prepare for your ACT and SAT. It's so important. It's like a huge factor in getting into a college, especially a competitive college. You want to get as high of a score as possible. So the first thing I would say is to prepare, and it's kind of hard to do that on your own because as a high schooler you literally don't know what's going to be on the test. So I would recommend using an external source of preparing. So there's actually a website that I have to recommend to you guys. It's called Test Rocker, and their purpose is to prepare students for different tests. They have the SAT, the ACT, and the PSAT, different kind of like workbooks and like lesson plans that you can use to work on your strengths and weaknesses on the tests, and it really helps to prepare people. The average ACT score improves by 180 points and the ACT improves by 4 after students complete like the Test Rocker program online, and that seriously makes a huge difference. So yeah, it's just like an online basically tutoring service where it creates like personalized study programs, and it's 24/7. You can use it anywhere, anytime. It's all online, and it's really awesome, and I think it'd be really helpful for some of you guys. If you're really worried about the test, I would definitely recommend signing up and giving it a try. I'll have a link down below if you want to go check it out or find more information. You can choose a study plan for the SAT, ACT, or PSAT, or you can do a bundle of the tests and get like a discounted rate for it, which is really awesome. And yeah, they just really care about helping students out and giving them the best resources and tools to be their best and do their best and get into the best college of their choice. With Test Rocker, you can get a free trial, so if you just want to test it out, again, just use the link in the down bar. And yeah, using resources like that are super helpful in preparing yourself because it's kind of hard to do it on your own and you don't really even know where to start, but that is a perfect place to figure that out at. My next tip of advice is to give yourself time to retake the test multiple times if you need to. So I would recommend taking the PSAT right when you can and just kind of get used to the test, because that just will make you that much more prepared and you'll kind of understand the layout, and it won't be so surprising to you when you take that real SAT. So I would recommend taking them throughout the school years in high school and just keep retaking them, because if you take it multiple times, colleges will take the highest score out of the times you've taken it. So if you've taken it 2 times and you did better the second time, then the first one, like, it really doesn't even matter and they won't pay attention to that. They'll look at the highest score possible. So definitely give yourself time to retake it if you don't do well the first time, because you don't want to take it and be stuck with that score that you're unhappy with and there's no more test times to go that school year. And the last piece of advice I have involving test scores is to take both the SAT and ACT, because different schools require different. Some of them will say they'll like take either test score. Some might just take SAT, some might just take ACT. That might have changed, but I remember when I was looking at colleges, it was kind of different for each college. So I would recommend taking both. And again, if you do better on one and not the other, the college might look at that better score than the lower score. So you just want to give yourself the biggest opportunity and the most options. Now moving on to GPA, this is something that you really should just work on throughout your entire like high school career, because once your GPA gets low, it's really hard to build it back up. So my first piece of advice, which is something that I think is super beneficial and is still beneficial to me throughout college, is to do every single assignment that you're required to do. Don't let yourself have any zeros in your grade book. It's better to get a 50% on something than get a 0. So if you at least have a grade under every single assignment that's not a 0, you're already on a good track. And it's really easy, honestly, to just do the bare minimum. Just turn in every assignment as much as you can, and if you turn in something late, at least you turned it in, and it makes the biggest difference. Also, this leads into my next one. Just take advantage of every extra credit opportunity. This is something I really wish I had learned in high school. I just kind of got lazy sometimes and wouldn't do it, but take every opportunity you have to like increase and better your grade, because it's honestly probably not going to be that much work and it'll take maybe just a little bit extra of your time, but it's going to pay off so much more in the long run. Also, don't be afraid to ask your teachers for help or ask someone to tutor you if you're not doing that well, because your education is really important and you want to make sure that you're doing your best and you're putting forth your best. And if your best isn't as good as you want it to be, there's people out there that are willing to help you, and that's literally your teacher's job, is to help teach you and help you learn. And I know they would be more than happy to meet with you and kind of help you and direct you on a path to doing better in the class. And my last tip of advice is something that honestly probably could have really helped me get into like my dream school, but I got rejected from, and it is communicating and developing a positive relationship with your teachers. And this is all throughout high school, because when it comes to college, more often than not, your college is going to require letters of recommendation, and these can make the hugest difference. Seriously, I was never a talkative person in class, and I would go in, sit, do my work, and leave. So no teacher probably really took note of me or like would recognize me or would have anything really to say in a letter of recommendation that would like really persuade a school to accept me. So I would say developing a good relationship with a teacher that can honestly just be like saying hi every time you walk into class, or just asking questions and participating, is so important. And those are things that they can write about in their letter, but if you don't really know them and they're writing your letter, they're not really going to have anything to say. They probably won't be rude, but they won't have anything glowing and amazing to talk about you and your characteristics. So it's just really important to make sure that you have a few teachers or faculty picked out that can give you a good recommendation that really shows who you are and that they know who you are and your characteristics and the things you have to bring to the table. And yeah, I would just say paying attention to your recommendation letters is also really important, because then you're applying to colleges and now you're going up to your teachers and be like, hey, I know we've never talked before, but can you write me a letter? It's really awkward and kind of uncomfortable, so try to avoid that and just already have a good relationship with the people around you. Alright, so those are all of my tips and advice for getting into a college of your choice and how I got my full tuition scholarship. So I hope this was helpful, and if you guys have any other advice that I didn't mention, make sure to comment in the comments below so people can scroll down and read, and we can all help each other out and get through this tough time of college applications. And don't stress out too much about it. Just make sure that you're putting in effort and you're not getting lazy, and you just do your work and you do your best, and you be yourself, and I'm sure it will pay off in the long run. So yeah, I wish you guys the best of luck. If you ever need extra help, just let me know. You can DM